We are in the Gola Transboundary Forest landscape in Sierra Leone, bordering Liberia, where the Gola Rainforest National Park is located. Sierra Leone has made commitments to the Bond Challenge to restore 1 million hectares of degraded land. Forest landscape restoration activities are being undertaken in several chiefdoms around the national park, including Koya and Bari chiefdoms, where most people are engaged in slash and burn farming for their livelihoods. Forest landscape restoration is an effort to return the forest cover back by planting a combination of tree species, which also improves the condition of nearby rivers and streams. This video will show you the do's and don'ts of forest landscape restoration. It will cover spacing, the handling of seedlings, and outplanting.
First of all, you have to think of getting your manure, which is what we call the dome. Bring the dome. That dome has to undergo some filtration process. You filter it. From there, the filtered one may be filled into the polybags. After you fill those dome into the polybags, later they will be stacked. Stacking means the alignment of these polybags. You align them in rows. If you don't know what is stacking, that is putting these things into a row. This is the Azadirachta indica, of which we call the neem tree, which is now in agriculture we use it to intersperse like the cocoa. It is a medicinal tree. Okay, we use it for chicken. These things also have life. They need to be cared for. We need to maintain them as we are maintaining our children. Okay, if proper care is not given to the plants, for example, the pear, if it is not cared for properly, then you will lose sight of the pear before taking it to the planting site. It is from the nursery you have to take a greater care how to transport this particular seedling from one point to another point that will not destroy the life of the particular seedling. You have to get your headpan. Put the seedling in your headpan. Through caring from the headpan, it is being transferred to the vehicle. Even in the process of packing for transportation to the site, the proper care needs to be taken there. You don't have to over-cumbersome the seedling together. That is, taking one seedling, putting the others on top, of which they are not of the same category. That will lead to the destruction of the seedling. Okay, the packaging is very important. You need to take that into consideration, that when putting these things in a vehicle, you should not just put them like that, haphazardly like that, but you put them in a roll. You put them in a roll. If the avocado is going, make sure all avocados should be in their own category. Okay, instead of putting avocado, putting this. But if you take your time in the package, then coming to the site, then you get an answer.
So the strategy has also to tap into agriculture, because that's what people here depend on for incomes and for food. So we have recommended and we are trying to teach the right practices of doing agroforestry. So let's talk a little bit about distancing. Now some people tell us that you might have to do 30 feet. We know that though you could have, for many of the trees, though you could have 30 feet for very few. So 10 paces we are estimating would be roughly 30 feet, 32 feet. But here is the idea. In between, you either have a smaller species tree, smaller in size, or you anticipate that maybe some of them are not going to survive to maturity. So we are ultimately considering that when the trees are mature, for the larger trees, the standard spacing would be 60 feet. So you want to make sure that if you have anything less than 60 feet between the trees, it would be one of the smaller trees coming in between. So between cashew and cashew, between cashew and avocado, avocado and avocado, avocado and neem, the larger trees, standard would be 60 feet. So if you are doing cocoa trees, almost exclusively on a particular plot of land, the spacing between cocoa and cocoa will be 15 feet.
Well, gula malejita, mwamvi plan mwea, kemwe guli mugama gbama, kalo mugama tuhai. Beva avu mugama tuhai. Tuhai ta ayadogbo ihu. Nugbele yako ke idogbo na ta mali go na be yari na bepala. Yi tuhai na agbe ma na gu na sia ma tu gole tu dogbo na o ke tu ti agole. Na ya ke gole mwamvi mu ni digbo agole ko gole ya ma.
The activity will camp at this village right now, they go on now. Some of things that I dip our fruit right now. We get some ceiling then we get like mango, we get like pear, we get like orange, we get like sharp, we get like cashew nut, we get like neem tree. I can't teach them how for fruit, what you know go spoil, how for plants, where you go to maintain, where you go to sustain. We therefore go to monitor them till until the time we go to reach some time where we go to benefit the community. So as from now, from here now, so they will come here now, they go to the sites, and they go teach them how to plant, what would they plant, what would they dig, how they plant, the length from the ground, from up, now so they tap, like this I don't hold my hand so. From there, the ceiling away side, the side the polythene bag. We know the left inside the polythene, we just plant her. After we don't dig the hole, we pull inside the polythene bag. Then in the left side the bulk manure, we don't the nose. We put her inside the hole. From there, the polythene, the empty plastic, the peg go the pin and near the hole. Then we put on top the peg. That time we go left far, you see say yonder that particular area plants don't go on there. That time anything where they go on, if you want even if you want brush around the area, as you see that stick, that plastic there on top and you know go put the plantation we don't plant. So that's what we can do. Always, all the area there are times so we can go now, so we can plant. Even we say car, as I talk to you now from here at the site, now they will go. The other area they will don't go. As I talk to you now from now, we can monitor all the side all on the plants. How no more I can explain it then? Anytime where they move around, where I go now the exact thing I can meet up. How they tell them so now for do. What you do so this is the right thing, what you do so this is the wrong thing. I hope so all the things they work explain it then the exact thing when the right thing I can do. So I'm glad for the community people then. Because if they tell them something one time, it not go be two. They go understand what you mean. So I hope say that kind of people then if you do then you go glad for do much. So now that. Well now we call 3,000 ceiling for 3 community. And each community get 1,000 ceiling. And each community get 1,000 ceiling. What you make with the pull inside the motor car? We go put and we go pack outside they safe. If now 1 to 2, 3 days safe, like now 1 week they back, nothing will happen to nothing wrong.
With these lessons learned, we expect the forest cover around the Gula Rainforest National Park to be restored, and local farmers will be able to feed themselves and increase their income by selling these crops. The National Protected Areas Authority is working with World Hunger Hive, Gula Rainforest Conservation, Green Life West Africa, and Green Africa in partnership with the Mano River Union and the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, funded by the Global Environment Facility.